difference. BBC Radio Nottingham.
Well, it is 18 minutes past 3, and all this week there's been a chance to hear from some of the wonderful projects and charities supporting youngsters in Nottinghamshire, thanks to money donated by you to the BBC's Children in Need. Now, this year the theme is walking and talking, so that's what we've been doing. We've been going out, we've been walking, we've been talking, we've been chatting. It's been great. I've been on a couple of really good walks and talks over the last couple of weeks. Now, on a very wet day earlier this week, it's a very wet day today, but on a very wet day earlier on this week, I met up with a couple of members of Imara. I met up with Cath, who's the CEO, and Stella, who works on sleep therapies. It's a Nottinghamshire charity doing important work, providing support and therapy to children and young people coping with the effects of sexual abuse.
Walk and talk for BBC Children in Need.
On BBC Radio Nottingham.
It is the most disgusting day in the Arboretum. We have found ourselves in a wonderful pocket of green. All the autumnal colours you'd imagine around on the trees. The sky, though, is grey and the water is pouring down. One of us has a pair of wellies on, one of us has a pair of boots, and somebody is just wearing trainers. Stella and Cath are here from Imara charity. Well, thank you very much to the pair of you for joining us. I cannot believe how grotty it is today. But we've made it, and actually it's one of those things, isn't it? Is once you're out, it kind of doesn't matter anymore. And we're here for Children in Need, of course. This year's theme is It's Walk and Talk, which is exactly what we're doing now, but we are also celebrating the work of Imara, who receive money from Children in Need.
Imara was set up in 2010, and we've gradually grown since then. I guess one of our key beliefs at Imara is that children and young people, whatever they've lived through and experienced, we can help them to develop new stories about themselves or find the old story about themselves that's about strength and empowerment. Then they will be able to move forward.
Are you able to tell me about the situations that some of the children come to you with? What's led them to your door?
For the majority of our time, we've worked with children affected by an experience of sexual abuse, and that may be from a family member or somebody well known to them, maybe an older child, again, it might be somebody from within their family. They'll feel a lot of shame, they may feel that they were somehow to blame, they feel confused about what happened, and if adults don't ask them the right question, then it often stays locked up inside them and they're having to manage it.
We have found ourselves now, I don't know if you heard that duck then, by the pond. So it's incredibly valuable work, and obviously the money from Children in Need is really important.
Yes.
Stella, your post is funded by Children in Need.
That's right. So my post is as a sleep and anxiety practitioner. And basically, when children and young people have experienced sexual abuse, often what comes with that are sleep issues and high levels of anxiety. So many of them experience recurring nightmares and night terrors, and it can take them so long to get to sleep. They're so scared of their own beds sometimes, because the abuse may have happened there. So they kind of reach crisis points sometimes, don't they?
The work that Children in Need and the money that Children in Need raise means that you're able to do this work. How many children are you able to help in Nottinghamshire?
We now probably are taking in about 25 to 30 referrals a month, and that's children aged 3 or 4 up to 18. And on our books at any one time, probably more like 600 children and families.
We are here and we're building up to Friday, of course, for Children in Need, and we are here to shout from the rooftops to say, donate to Children in Need, because you do really great things. And I'm sure that you two are both smiling now, so you will also say, donate to Children in Need, so we can carry on doing the work that we're doing.
Absolutely, yeah, but we know how essential it is, and I think sometimes when we're immersed in the work, we forget exactly how crucial it is. But what we do know is it's a bit of a lottery across the country, and actually Nottinghamshire and the partnerships we have work really well for children and young people. But there is still a massive demand, and particularly to be able to provide a longer term therapy, we deliver something called Letting the Future in that BBC Children in Need Fund. So that actually gives children a real chance to build trust with a therapist and get to a point where they feel empowered to move forward. The other thing it does is it allows us to offer some support to parents, safe parenting carers, and we know that when a child does disclose that there's this it's like an earthquake comes into the family.
Have we done it? We've reached the end. We're wet, soaking wet, still smiling. Yeah. There's something in this walking and talking.
There certainly is. Yeah, it's very different.
Get out in nature.
In the rain. Oh, the rain. Well, thank you to you both for joining me today. Stella, Cath from Imara. We're doing the walking tour from Children in Need here at a very soggy, very damp Arboretum, but we all managed to stay on our feet. So. So just one of the charities, one of the projects in Nottinghamshire that benefits from children in need money. So, you know, if you've been in a situation recently where your children have asked you for a pair of pud's ears, or you've got to take some money tomorrow to school for a cake sale or something of that description, that's where your money's going. That's one of the projects that's benefiting from your money right here in Nottinghamshire. It is 24 minutes past 3. Mixtape on the way.